man on the chase. Blocks him off the backboard. Oh, showtime. Oh, he slammed it down. Keno rises. Another three from Eula. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Tier 3 championship game of the Red Sarachek tournament. I'm Zach Sicklick. I'm here with Marvin Azrak. This is the NTSY Summer pregame show. NTSY Summer has been inspiring Jewish future for over 70 years. Marvin, who are the best players for both of these teams?
Yeah, on the ValleyTorah side, we're looking at yesterday's semifinal hero, Meir Dan, the brother of ValleyTorah and Sarachek legend Johnny Dan. Of course, if he could channel his brother today and what he did in championships here at Sarachek, Valley's going to have a great shot. On the Fuchs side, Moshe Jacobs. He is a stallion, as they call them. And the best part about this game is that it's a final. Yes, it's Tier 3, but it has the words championship in it. Only 3 teams will get to walk out of this gym today with a trophy, and one of these 2 will be one of them in an hour from now.
Thank you so much, Marvin. We'll head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll bring to you the starting lineups and the opening tip-off.
For many decades, NCSY has provided the best summer ever for thousands of teenagers who have joined to take part in all of the great things the land of Israel has to offer. This summer will undoubtedly be the best summer ever, but also the most meaningful summer ever, as we join hands with our brothers and sisters in Israel in rebuilding and making Israel as great as it will be for all of us. These are most uncertain times, without a doubt. We do not know everything that tomorrow will bring. We are still mourning all that we saw yesterday and over the past few weeks and months. But of a few things we can be certain. We can be certain that Israel will rise again. We can be certain that now, more than ever, is the time to come to Israel and to join in the process of the building of this glorious state. Come join us this summer, now more than ever.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back as we are moments away from tip-off in this Tier 3 championship game. Welcome to Championship Monday. Today we have the ValleyTorah Wolfpack in white against the Fuchs Mizrachi Mayhem in white. The starters for ValleyTorah, we have number 1, Meir Dan. Number 4, Ben Reese. Number 24, Ben Magarefta. Number 25, Dvir Asayag Raham. And number 30, Yaron Magarefta. For Fuchs Mizrachi, we have number 3, Moshe Jacobs. Number 4, Gabe Katz. Number 5, Elitor Sharvit. Number 23, Gabriel Gekovich. And number 24, Kasriel Levine. Marvin, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a battle of attrition. What do you expect offensively from both of these teams?
I expect both teams to have some fun at first, feel each other out, play free, enjoy the moment. Again, this is a championship game. I know it's Tier 3, but one of these teams are walking out of here with a title and trophies on their flight home. And so I expect to see some championship intensity from both sides.
The starting lineups were sponsored by the Yeshiva University Office of Admissions. As you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great events and opportunities we have for YU students as ValleyTorah wins the opening tip.
ValleyTorah, of course, yesterday, the Wolfpack comeback. I have been privileged to call back-to-back incredible Tier 3 semifinals. Last year was the fantastic Miracle with Cooper, and then yesterday, Valley down 16, rallying to defeat Mimo. As for Fuchs, they were in a rubber match of their season series yesterday against Farber and emerged victorious. They controlled that one throughout. They play a very direct game, very north-south game. They take it hard, and they're going to be looking to do that today against a Valley defense that's been pretty inconsistent. They've struggled to stop a stop sign in these first few games. So look for them to try and improve on that today.
As this ValleyTorah defense is coming out strong. First a steal and layup by Ben Reese, and now forcing a turnover. Coach's message must have been strong. Play strong defensively, and we could win this game. As
I'm not surprised. Against Mesivta, I've watched both of their games. Against Mesivta, there was no communication. And then against Mimo, they needed a miracle on offense to win that one. So they have not won any of their they haven't showed anything defensively thus far. And on the Fuchs end, yeah, they lost their opener. But that was a low-scoring game, and yesterday as well. So you got two teams who love to play different styles of basketball, even if Coach Leo Schwartzberg of ValleyTorah does not prefer to be winning games in the 60s.
As both teams trade a missed three as the Valley's pushing the ball. Slows it down, resets it to Dan, top of the key. Drives, spin move, puts it up. Good finish by Mayor Dan to give Valley a 4-0 lead.
Dan the man, he has to be the mayor of this court today. Yesterday, I said this yesterday when he was struggling through the first 3 quarters. It's going to be on him. And he's taken onus early here as ValleyTorah is off to a quick 4-0 lead.
As Fuchs trying to set their offense up. Strong take there by Pregame, unable to finish. Good rebound by ValleyTorah as they're looking to push. As you mentioned, ValleyTorah plays a very fast-paced offense. They're looking to speed the game up, get more possessions, a higher-scoring game. Fuchs, on the other hand, is a more defensive, slow it down, let's go for a low-scoring game. Whoever controls the pace will likely be the winner of this matchup.
And the winner of a trophy. It's been a rough ride for both of them. The ValleyTorah, of course, we understand what they were 2 years ago at the top of the penthouse of Jewish high school basketball. Now they're here in Tier 3. And for Fuchs, they a couple years ago were everyone's favorite, a fan favorite here at Sarachek in Tier 2, and now here they are in Tier 3. So both of them are trying to show what they have to end the season on a good note for these seniors who can walk out here with a trophy, and then for the other ones who are coming back, show what you got, and maybe you'll make it back here next year on the national stage.
Fuchs struggling to get any good looks offensively. The Valley defense has been amazing. Good offensive board there, though. Good look for Cats, unable to finish. But Fuchs, another offensive rebound. 3-pointer from Jacobs, unable to connect, but rebounded inside by Cats.
That entire possession defensively is what I call just luck. It's luck. ValleyTorah was extremely lucky to walk out of that sequence with 0 points on the board for Fuchs.
Yeah, they were tenacious on the offensive
If they
board.
don't box out, they won't win this one, and Fuchs will run all over them like many in our panel predicted, except for me.
Jacobs also is one of the bigger players on the court, so look for him when he's down low and he has the size advantage.
Yeah.
Look for him to really show up as Valley finally gets a rebound. But great poke there by Gabe Katz. 2 pokes, actually, and it finishes on the fast break layup, and they call a foul. Not the best move by Valley to foul over there when he was wide open.
Yeah, there's absolutely no quitting Gabe Katz. He has been a relentless player in these 2 games. You can see that he just never quits on a play. You saw everyone going back. He said, "Nope, I'm gonna make him work to get the ball over the court." He gets the steal, he gets the hoop and the harm, and just like that, the Mayhem are already causing mayhem.
Hit connects on the 3 though to make this a 1-point game. 3.5 minutes in, as Emmett Victor checked into the game for the Wolfpack. He's calling a play, running the offense. It's a pick from Reese. Doesn't take it. Tries going left. It's shoved at the sideline. Good pass to prevent the turnover. As Ram is open down low. Good shot, unable to finish. Good rebound by Fuchs as they're pushing the pace. As Joel gives it back to Sharvit. As Jacobs has it at top. Gives it to Katz. Jacobs has it, top of the key, guarded tightly. No inch of room for Jacobs. Valley knows how much damage he could do on the basketball court.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that they're guarding him pretty closely. I would expect that to continue. They're going to make him work for everything. Beautiful give and go. That wasn't able to finish. I like that play, though, for Fuchs.
Yeah, great backdoor cut. We've been seeing it all tournament as Dan knocks down a mid-ranger. These high school kids really working on the fundamentals. It's working in all the games. Keep it up while you can.
Yeah, Valley has struggled with fundamentals. There was Schwartzberg talked about that when I saw him against Valley. He said we just didn't have our fundamentals. It was non-existent. They said sloppy. He said sloppy more times than they hit a 3 in that game. And today, and even yesterday, that was the case until they pulled a rabbit out of the hat. And so if I'm Valley, I'm trying to see if I can play like I did yesterday for the last 5 minutes yesterday. And if I'm Fuchs, just play your game. Don't be discouraged. The fact you're down early, you're not scoring. Just keep going. It'll come. You already see you're getting rebounds and a charge there. So you know what you have to do to win. It's just about executing it enough to take home a Tier 3 title.
As ValleyTorah doing a hockey sub, 4 of the 5 players checking out. Dan really calling for the ball in the pass possession before missing a 3. He is one of the key players as a timeout is called by Fuchs Mizrachi. Sick of the trash talk and flexing? NCSY Good Sport is a new initiative focused on changing the state of play in high school sports. Launching yesterday at launching Shabbos at the Sarachek Shabbos experience, NCSY Good Sport is changing the game, bringing Torah and teamwork to the court and beyond. Are you ready to join the movement? NCSY Good Sport, elevate the game. At the end of the second quarter, everyone should stay tuned for the Camp Step Up halftime show. We're in a good battle right now between ValleyTorah and Mizrachi with a 3-point lead for ValleyTorah. Offensively, ValleyTorah has not been clicking on their shots, though they've been getting open looks. Marvin, what has to go right for them in this game?
For Valley, I think they need to be patient. Even though we were talking about it on the broadcast, it was me, Matthew Laura, and Jack Terrell. We predicted that they were going to rush the 3 that Mayor Dan hit to go ahead yesterday against Mayhem, and that's precisely what happened. It just went in. So you can't strike lightning can't strike twice here. I think they need to be more patient and let Fuchs come to them. On the defensive side for Valley, right now they're making Fuchs rush a little bit. And as for Fuchs, weather the storm, be aggressive. You box out. You already see you have the advantage down low, so use it. And right now they are. But Valley does a good job packing the paint. However, it'll still stay with the Mayhem. Yeah,
good hands and good pressure by Valley to not really give Fuchs any opportunity. Fuchs got to work the ball better. You have players like Jacobs. Utilize him more. Get him the ball. Don't let him just stand around in the corner as running out of time. Good play by Fuchs to give Levine a layup. Good pump fake by Victor. Gives it to Rabibo, who gives it. Now Valley working it around top of the key as Victor resets it. This is Emmett Victor. Emmett drives left with his left hand. Goes inside. Good pump fake in the corner. Gives it back up top to Rabibo. To the corner. Good movement by ValleyTorah here as they're down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Emmett Victor driving in. Kicks it out to Rabibo, who loses possession.
Great defense there from Fuchs, keeping everything to their perimeter. That is the key to this one for them.
Strong defensive possession. ValleyTorah was moving the ball, could not get any open looks.
No.
It's a good turnover by Fuchs Mizrachi as now they have a chance to take the lead with 1.5 minutes to go.
I do like how they were patient, though. I just would have liked to see, in that scenario, someone just if you feel like you don't have anything, just put up a shot and try and crash the boards. I think they should. Yes, you want to milk the shot clock if possible, and if that's what you need until you get up an open shot. But if you see the clock is winding down and you don't have anything, put someone up, and then other guys got to crash stuff for some rebounds. We kind of saw Mag and David. Now we're getting a timeout. We kind of saw Mag and David intentionally do that yesterday as they were trying to come back against Berman. They strategically were just trying to shoot and crash, even if they weren't smart shots. That's what they did, and ultimately it worked.
Come to Como Pizza for some great pizza, pasta, salads, and even awesome breakfast options. We will be streaming the games in the store, making it a great place to watch the games while you eat. Jacobs finally had a touch on that possession, unable to connect on the three-pointer. ValleyTorah has done a very good job of limiting his touches. If you're the Fuchs coach, what are you running to help get Jacobs more touches?
To get Jacobs more touches is to, I think what he has to do is move a little bit more. I think they would love to. They obviously want to create more open looks for Jacobs. You can already tell that ValleyTorah won't be fooled by that. And so if I'm Jacobs, I need to surprise them a little bit. Maybe get down low, force everything low, because that's where Fuchs on the offensive side has the advantage. So I know he loves to run things. I know they love to run the offense through him. But in this scenario, you just have to do some other things. If you could see that your option, your A game won't be working for you. Your B game then has to shine.
Strong defense by Fuchs, but the foul was called on Kobe Morocco. Jake Schoeg as ValleyTorah takes it out from the side with 48.9 seconds to go. They're up 6-5. Very low-scoring affair in this first quarter. Both defenses doing a good job limiting opportunities, limiting open shots, making sure that the best players don't touch the ball. As Valley now on outside trying to find an open look. And it's a deep shot by Zevi Graham. Did not go. Rebounded by Fuchs.
One and done. That's what Fuchs needs defensively. Just one and done.
Jacob trying to create space, cannot find anything, gives it to Sharvit, who's really high up. Strong pressure by ValleyTorah. They're guarding Curry range. Nothing, no room. Really making it difficult for Fuchs right now.
Yeah, they could tell Fuchs wants to get it low, and they're not letting them do it. I love the paint pack.
Good first step by Sharvit as he goes inside.
He got through. That was beautiful. He's split the D, and then it was just all, and beautifully finished with the left hand.
Unable to connect from Aaron List to end the first quarter. Mizrachi 7, ValleyTorah 6. We will be right back after this commercial break.
The Jewish life and Ruach at Camp Seneca are top-notch.
There's nothing like the Shabbos we have here filled with zmiros and ebbing and a gorgeous Havdalah.
Davening every day, chinuch classes.
Deep, meaningful conversations with just amazing kids and beautiful relationships here.
At Camp Seneca Lake, you'll grow over your summer.
Want to receive Sarachek news and updates and get close to game alerts? Join our WhatsApp group. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. As we come out of the first quarter break, Fuchs 1 point lead with possession as Morocco's trying to dribble and create something. ValleyTorah still with their intensity on defense.
Oh yeah, Fuchs is just going to try and grind them down. That's their game. They want to play this kind of game in the trenches. So right now, I would say that first quarter, it favors Fuchs, even though they're up by 1, but I just think the way the flow of this basketball game has favored the Fuchs Mizrachi Mayhem, and you can already see that as we start the second quarter. They boxed out down low, they shot, they crashed, and they get the 2 points. They go up 3.
Yeah, great offensive rebound there by Fuchs. They're doing a good job. ValleyTorah, they're bringing defensive pressure, but once the ball is up, they're becoming watchers, not grabbers. Nice spin move down low by
and you could tell how disciplined Fuchs is, because most teams, when they know they have that advantage, they want to go quick and just put shot, and then it'll lead to some rush shots. But Fuchs has stayed patient in these last few offensive possessions, and it's paid off for them. Valley just has to try and weather the storm the best they could. Maybe like that. You can see Dan sort of went for the steal there, and now they get it. This is what I got. This is what I got to execute in transition.
A great recovery by Shoag for Fuchs. It's still ValleyTorah ball, but prevented a 2-on-1 opportunity.
It was good aggression by Valley. You got to stay aggressive. You can't get deterred by the fact that you don't have coming into this game that they have the size advantage on you. But there's a lot more to basketball than just paint.
Beautiful set play off the baseline of the bench to Dan to put in the bucket. Fuchs now pushing though. Pulls it out. Finds Sharvit. Sharvit kicks it out. Gabe Katz for 3, and he connects. 3-pointer. Gabe Katz putting Mizrachi back up top. And then at least a careless pass by Reese as Fuchs creates another turnover.
It's so hard in these grind-out games to play slow and play methodical. And you can see Valley is already being pressed. That was a careless pass, and Fuchs took over. And now here we go again. They're off to the races.
Yeah, another great defensive possession. Last time they capitalized with a 3-pointer by Joel. And now Gabe Katz for 3. Unable to connect in and out, but Fuchs now is really bringing defensive pressure on Valley. They're getting flustered.
Yeah, Valley's got to slow down, man. You got a 30-second shot clock. And there we go.
Strong take.
Strong take. Be aggressive. It's either you make an early decision like they did before Fuchs can obviously get set. As you can see, they're trying to press up at half court, or just be patient. Work the ball around. You'll get your chances.
Fuchs
is
slowing the
done
game
that.
down over here
Yeah.
as Shalog drives it in, kicks it out to Katz in the corner. Katz resetting the ball. Smart move, guarded by Reese. Gives it to Morocco, gives it to Sharvit up top. Back to Shalog. A three-pointer from Gabe Katz, unable to go. Good rebound by Asad Graham. As he throws it to Dan.
They cleared the house out, and now for Ty. Nope.
A long three-pointer does not go. Rebound Dan. Missed the first. Another rebound by Dan. This time gets blocked down low. There's a tussle down low. No foul was called, but it looks like it's still ValleyTorah ball.
Dan tried to go back up, but there were two hands. Two players on him by Fuchs. Good defense in the house.
Very defensive-oriented first half. 15-12, only 27 points scored in the first 11 minutes of play.
And this favors Fuchs. The more this thing doesn't become, the longer this thing doesn't turn into a shootout, the more Fuchs fans here have got to be, and everyone watching back home have to be confident that their boys are going to bring a trophy home. Backcourt.
If they call a backcourt on ValleyTorah, a good look, couldn't get the fall, long rebounds. It was a battle, but Fuchs doing a good job of not letting Valley set themselves up in the half-court set again.
Yeah, Valley has to play, and Valley wants to win this game. This has to be a full-court basketball game. There's no question.
As Sharvit goes, puts up a little sideways falling shot, gets it to fall.
Yeah, that was a good hook.
Extends the lead to 5. Emmett Victor has it driving, fouled by Gabe Katz as he blew right by him. Not the worst foul when someone has a wide open lane.
Yeah, but and for Valley, they understand if they could use their speed, because one thing Valley's able to do well, and what we saw yesterday in their comeback, was they did things with speed and not being careless like that.
We would like to thank Chopsticks for being a proud Max Live sponsor. For the best Chinese food in Teaneck, you've got to go to Chopsticks. Head to chopsticksusa.com to order online. The link is in the description of this video. Remind you to stay tuned for the Camp Step It Up halftime show. But yeah, as you mentioned, ValleyTorah is being very careless, turning over the ball, not getting clean looks. That's how Fuchs likes to play. Defensive intensity and then draining the shot clock, waiting for the perfect opportunity. As they work the ball down low, back up top to Katz. Katz to Sharvit, then a little handoff. Sharvit dribbling, pressured, high pressure by Magarefta, who gives it back to the corner to Katz. Unable to finish, but strong board by Jacobs and one.
And Moshe Jacobs says hello to the Tier 3 final.
Biggest player on the court. He's acting like it now. Good rebound, good putback. Make them put two bodies on you.
Talked about at the top of the show, Dan and Jacobs, right? Those two guys, yes, they're going to receive all of the attention, and rightfully so for the incredible years that they've had. Ultimately, they're so good that they're going to get their moment at some point. And right now, Jacobs has his arrival. We already saw Dan announce himself onto the scene. The other guys around them have stepped up more so for Fuchs than for Valley thus far, and that's why they got an 8, now down to 5.
Quick three-pointer by Joey Victor. It's a set play, Valley, pushing the pace, finding the open man. That's how they have to play in order to bring this game back to end the half. As Jacobs gets the ball really high out, getting guarded intensely. He's trying to back his way down, unable to. Gives it back up top. Fuchs Mizrachi passing the ball in the perimeter. Sharvit for a two-pointer, unable to connect. Joey Victor with the rebound, gives it to Emmett Victor, who drives, gives it up. It's a three-pointer for Mayor Dan, unable to connect, but strong rebound down low. And
let's talk about the Victors for a second. What do you think it would mean to the both of them to bring home a title?
It would mean a lot, as they're both juniors. They still have another year to come back and mature, but to come home with a Tier 3 title, ValleyTorah to, again, as you mentioned, it's still a championship. Trophy's a trophy. And even though it's not Tier 2 where they want it to be, to bring home hardware is always a good thing.
Yeah, on that replay, we saw Joey Victor a little shaken up. Hope he's okay. Speaking of the Victors, did not mean for the conversation about those two to lead to someone needing to go to the end of the bench. And he's currently being attended to by medical staff. So we'll keep you updated on how he is.
As Fuchs with a good defensive possession, but then turns it over right back on the other side of the floor. ValleyTorah down 5, 2:42 left. Only 15 points. Now what the coach drew up for them in the first half. As they bring it up the court. Asagraham passes it to Margarefto, backs it back to Devere, who gives it to Emmett Victor. Victor driving, tries to go between three people, is not able to go. Good behind the back by Jacobs as he's pushing. Gets bumped, no call, but still finishes. Good take by Moshe Jacobs.
The star shining bright for Fuchs, taking advantage, and yeah, he'll pounce. Whenever there's a Valley mistake, he's ready to pounce defensively. If he's not going to be able to get free, as he usually does offensively with Fuchs.
Valley trying to create. They're working the ball around. Victor drives off balance, gets the foul calls. He'll be going to the line for 2.
I don't mind the fact they lost the ball on that last possession. Yes, it's a bad turnover, but I like the idea of attacking the middle and going hard to the hoop. That time they're able to do it well, as he gets the great first step, and there's the foul, and now they're with an opportunity to hit your free throws. This is important for Valley. If they're going to want to stay in this, they have to take care of their 3 points. We just got to look at the replay of Moshe Jacobs. The steal, taking the contact on the left side, still hitting it. It's an incredible shot. It's what good players do. It's what stars are able to bring to the table.
For behind-the-scenes pictures and content you won't find anywhere else, be sure to follow @MatchLive on Instagram and Twitter. As Fuchs has the ball underneath, up 6, a minute 50 left, 22-16 game. As they throw it in to Gekovic, runs down the floor, finds Jacobs. Jacobs has it, gives it up to Pizem. Throws it down low. Good defense by ValleyTorah, knocked the ball out. However, Fuchs still retains possession with 26 on the shot clock.
So do they go with an inbounds play here, a quick one, or do they use the shot clock? Nope, quick inbounds play, and there's a 3.
Nice shot by Alicia Pizem to give Fuchs a 9-point lead. The Fuchs crowd is starting to get a little loud behind the bench as List has the ball. Calling for a screen. Gets one.
Yeah, we just saw the signal. He put his hand on his keeper there. That's their signal. Give me a screen. These players have played together for 7 months, so they could think like a one-track mind out there.
Yeah, having communication with your team is so important to be able to read what they want to do and be there before they ask. Don't let Fuchs hear what you're trying to call. Jacobs putting immense pressure top of the key. As ValleyTorah is working the ball around. Asagraham passes it out.
This is great defense by Fuchs right now.
They find a wide open Rabibo for 3. Unable to connect, but great rebound down low. But just triple, then gets it out.
Yeah, the overload has worked for Fuchs. They've overloaded one end. That's why you had the wide open shot in the corner. But they'll be fine with them taking that. But I also love the gap control on this possession by Fuchs, which now forces a ValleyTorah turnover.
It's an offensive foul on Adam Buzaglu, as now there's a 1-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Let's look for Fuchs to hold to get a good last possession shot and not give Valley any opportunity.
Fuchs has been defensively, their closeouts have been exceptional here, keeping ValleyTorah honest and careless defensively here.
A quick bucket by Fuchs, as there's now 15 seconds left for ValleyTorah. Up, down 11. Asagraham goes, can't get inside, gives it back out to Buzaglu, who gives it to Asagraham. Gets it down low. Good play by ValleyTorah, and it goes in at the buzzer. Good way to end the half if you're ValleyTorah to make it within 9 points. And we are now going to head down to our third member of our crew, Yosef Silver, who is with the Fuchs Mizrachi coach, Zach Katz.
Last few minutes there, we lost some box outs there, and they got a second chance to shots. Otherwise, it's going to be our defense the rest of the game.
Yeah, so ValleyTorah, they really like to shoot threes, want to run up the score. You guys have done a great job. How do you plan on really locking in, continuing this great defensive performance? Only 18 points for Valley.
And we focus on our defense all season, so just continue doing what we focus on, and hopefully we give 18 points. That's a lot, but
All right, great talking to you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much for that, Yosef. We're going to head to commercial break, and when we come back, we will have the Camp Step It Up halftime show.
I really love the intensity that's applied to everyone, kids from 2nd grade to 12th grade, that I really don't think you can find anywhere else, where the coaches will genuinely push you and they genuinely want you to get better, and that's something that's really special here.
So I saw the schedule and I was just like, wow, like this is perfect. Like people here get up early, they're passionate. Nobody comes to a camp and gets up at 7 a.m. if they don't want to be there and get better. Also just seeing that I could be around people that related to me mentally, that are the same, and also I can connect with culturally, was important for me.
This year now, coming at the beginning, for my 3rd year, I think the socializing part is a lot easier because there's so many girls, but the basketball part is also really good. The girls are very good, so it's fun playing with them, and overall it's just very fun. And it's not only basketball, it's also just regular life skills that Yosef teaches every day, which is very helpful for when I go back.
Yeah, I think that the routine of the camp is really important, because the way that we have 5 hours of basketball or 6 hours of basketball every day, or having a very specific schedule kind of helps with the routine and really getting more disciplined also.
My favorite thing at camp is to have all these kids that give me motivation to push myself, to wake up early in the morning and work hard every time I get to the court. I just love having everyone around me love basketball and want to work hard. Makes me want to work hard myself and pushes me.
This is more than basketball. We are teaching them how to be responsible. What does it mean to be in collective sport? What does it mean to share? Not just practicing, they're getting really good and nice coaches, nice people, counselors. I think it's just a great experience, and I would like that when I was a kid in Serbia that we had something like this, but it just didn't exist in Serbia, and the conditions they are getting at this campus, and how many gyms we are having, and pool, and lake, and football courts, it is really amazing.
I think I learned a lot about the Step It Up clock, and how to shot fake and get away from your defender, doing a spin without traveling. And it's just really cool because I can't wait to come back home and show it off to my friends, and they'll be how'd you get all these new skills? And I was yeah, I went to this camp and I got really good at it.
No matter how hard we train during the week, no matter how hard we go with basketball, we go on field trips, we go here, we go there, we make sure not to compromise our Jewish identity. At the end of the day, we are Jews and we are Hashem's children, and we have to be like that every single day, no matter how busy we are.
If you're looking for help on a certain weak point in your religious activities, then you can ask the rabbi. For example, I asked how to lead davening, and now I'm starting to do mincha and shachari, and it's really fun.
I don't come to camp just to run 3 minyanim a day. I come to camp because the kids bring with them an inspiring energy, something that I'm able to draw power from for myself, and ultimately I'm able to share something with them that I love, that I'm passionate about, and having those two things together, it's unstoppable. We're able to both grow in such a way that we leave as different people than when we came.
Shabbos at camp is definitely very special. We started off, there's Kabbalat Shabbat, singing, dancing, all of that. And then something I personally really enjoy is every Shabbos I go to a learning group with one of the counselors, Noah. While being a great coach, he's also very wise and really knows how to just talk to kids and have a serious conversation with them. That is really special to me, because if kids choose not to play basketball and they kind of want to use the day to rest, there's still opportunities to enhance your Jewish life.
No question to us is a bad question. We make sure all the kids feel comfortable asking us, even about Al Netilat Yadayim in the morning, saying brachot on food, why do you put on shoes a certain way, why do you tie shoes a certain way? And we just want to make sure that we can start somewhere with them and go beyond that. I teach a shir on Shabbat that's usually meant to go 30 to 45 minutes, but ends up being 3 hours long. And me and the kids talk about life, we talk about halacha, Pirkei Avot, Lashon Hara, and we cover all bases, and it's my most important day of the week.
We offer a variety of programming. We have learning groups that appeal to all different age levels, in-text learning, out-of-text learning, mitzvot, philosophy, Gemara, Chumash, bar mitzvah lessons. We have special programs that go on Rosh Chodesh, Tisha B'Av, Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, even secular holidays like 4th of July. We have all the necessary pieces for kids, regardless of religious background, to live their best Jewish life. And they might even learn a little.
This is a message from Rabbi Doron Perez to all of you at the Sarachek Yeshiva University basketball tournament. And you know, I'm the head of World Mizrachi and we're affiliated to Yeshiva University and love all the work Yeshiva University does. And we have this affiliation on something called the Orthodox Israel Coalition for the future of the World Zionist movement. You can also vote. Just like in the basketball court, you give 110% to everything. And the person gives the most prevails. So too in this election, you can just go outside, and we've got a table there outside the gym, and vote for the Orthodox Israel Coalition Mizrachi, which we're all part of. And let's see how it goes. Something like this. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Our halftime show is brought to you by Camp Step It Up, located in upstate New York, with busing provided to and from camp. Camp Step It Up was founded by Yogev Berdugo, a former D1 college basketball player. It is the most proven Shomer Shabbat basketball camp in the world, featuring 26 current Sarachek players and over 400 past Sarachek players, as well as YU and Stern college stars over the past 12 seasons. There are programs for boys and girls grades 3 through 12, including a 6-week option in the U.S. and a 1-week option in Israel. There are 3 million per day, learning groups, and a camp rabbi. Past campers include many Yeshiva League MVPs, over 70 college players, dozens of professional and National League players, a EuroLeague Rookie of the Year, and an NBA draft pick. Additionally, there are players in this tournament from all different teams that are playing in this game, from Camp Step It Up. For more information, email office@campstepitup.com, call 888-600-0908, or visit timetostepitup.com. It's been a very interesting first half, playing the Fuchs style of basketball, 27-18. Not a lot of scoring from either side. ValleyTorah is going to have to do a good job of getting more open looks and hitting their threes in order to pose a comeback. If you recall yesterday, though, Marv, ValleyTorah came back down from 16 at halftime against Mimo yesterday. How did they achieve that? How did they achieve that comeback?
They played with a level of desperation that I have yet to see from them today, and I did not see from them in their game against Mizivta. They were aggressive, they were fast, they were confident, they were communicating well, and they haven't been. And I would love to see that from them again today, if they're able to, if they have any hopes of bringing home this Tier 3 title back to the Valley. For Fuchs, this is exactly where you want them. You want them in a low-scoring affair like this. This is what you're used to. Right now, you're in your element. You should feel like you're back home at Fuchs right now, in your own gym with the way this game has been going. Palm Valley, I got to remind them, we're here at the Max Stone Athletic Center. We got to make them play our game. We got to play a little bit. We got to play fast, not careless. There's a way to play fast, but also avoid being careless. Valley has stepped over the line too many times. You saw a lot of careless turnovers throughout that first half. Some defensive lapses. Palm Valley, I have to move fast. Maybe I need more. I would need more people, Palm Valley, to be above the ball, and provide close support when these passes are happening. Don't have to be long passes where they'll go into the arms and big wingspans of the Fuchs players, but you could still. I would rather see them make short passes, and then that way create motion, which will allow them to get open as they please.
As the clock strikes 0 to start this third quarter, ValleyTorah still not emerged from the locker room yet, as the rest are now talking about what to do with that. But as you said, as they're coming out now, as you said, well, it's Fuchs' game right now. Their hometown, and ValleyTorah will really have to change that in the second half. Fuchs yesterday played in a much more competitive game, as it was close the whole time against their Midwest rival Farber. How did they win that battle?
D. You heard at halftime what the message was. Defense. It was in the 40s. They won it by playing sound defense. And so far against ValleyTorah today, done the same thing. Valley's got to change the tide. We'll see what they come out with here in the second half. That's a start.
A deep 3 from ValleyTorah to get them on the board early to bring this game back down to 6 quickly.
And I would love to see how Fuchs responds now. Valley, offensively, they are still leaving the wings open here as Fuchs shifts down.
Sarachek can't hit on that 3, and Valley's pushing the ball. This is their pace of basketball. Nice crossover, get inside. Nice finish.
That was likely the message from Schwartzberg in the locker room, and he made sure that they heard it 10 times over, and that's probably why they took the entire halftime clock until they walked back out of here.
Yeah, 5 quick points for ValleyTorah to bring this game down to 4.
Yeah, we saw the same thing yesterday against Mayhem, as Yosef Silver said. They didn't come out until with 40 seconds left on the clock. And you can see why. They needed every bit of that 10 minutes to fuel up. Oh, they've come out of this half blazing.
Exactly what happened yesterday. They came out of the locker room storming. Right now on a run to bring the game down to 2. All the coaches have emphasized to me over the weekend the importance of runs. Basketball in high school, a game of runs. You go on one, you get taken by one. And to win the game, you got to go on the longer run. And when you're on the opposing side, you must do whatever you can to prevent a run and limit it.
If Fuchs is not preventing a run right now, they're now playing Valley's game. They're rushing their shots. Defensively, they are a little they're a little disjointed. And it's Valley's game. They're on a 7-0 run. Now this is exactly what Mayor Dan wants right now. You see, he just had the ball in his hands, directing traffic, directing the flow of the game. His team within a bucket of tying or taking the lead. This is ValleyTorah ball. For Fuchs, they have to get back to playing Mayhem basketball. And that's causing the other team that's causing Mayhem defensively. Right there, I think you're fine with it. You're fine with them taking those 3-pointers from the corner.
As
they make them tip of the cap.
Comes into play.
Yeah, if they make them tip of the cap. Sometimes that's basketball. It happens. Bad shots go in. We saw that a bunch in Valley's comeback yesterday. But that also would tell you they could be a team of destiny and destined to win this Tier 3 championship. That's what you need when you want to go on a championship run. You need some luck. Got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
Good board by ValleyTorah, and Dan is pushing. Underhook gets blocked by Jacobs. Goes back for second opportunity. Too long. Jacobs with a board. And now he's pushing the pace. Trying to get Fuchs on the scoreboard and back on the right track. As a foul is called from behind on Ben Reese. It's been all Valley so far. Fuchs has yet to score 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the first quarter.
That foul, we saw the same thing from Reese yesterday against Mayhem. Reese just has from what I've watched him three games now, he's struggled when the play is coming at him. And he's been privy to these types of fouls from the back.
We would like to thank Dougie's for being a proud sponsor of Max Live. For the best barbecue and grill in Teaneck, make your way to Dougie's. Go to Dougie'sBarbecue.com to order. The link is in the description of the video. As the foul is called on Dupes, Jacobs will be going to the line for 2 shots. For some point leaders, for Fuchs Mizrachi, Jacobs had 5 at halftime. Pizem had 3. Dekovic, Shoag, and Levine each had 2. And then for ValleyTorah, also for Fuchs, Morocco had 3. And then for Gabe Katz with 6. And then for ValleyTorah, we have Mayor Dan with 6, Joey Victor with 3, Ben Reese with 2, as well as Raham, Yaron Magarefta, and Adam Buzaglu also with 2. As Mizrachi gets on the board about 3 minutes into the quarter, put the lead back up to 4. Valley, though, right back into pushing as Dan for 3. not have room to land. No foul call, but he puts it in to make it a one-score game.
Yeah, we're starting to see early shades of what he did yesterday, bringing Valley back. And I ended yesterday's broadcast by saying somewhere Johnny Dan is smiling. Well, he's smiling at that three.
Jacobs, rush shot, gets the rebound, still couldn't put it back up, rebounded by ValleyTorah.
Yeah, I thank you, Zach, for catching on. This is exactly what Fuchs has been doing for the first half of this third quarter. The next huddle, we're probably going to hear the word slow down a bunch.
Yeah, Fuchs is now caving to ValleyTorah style of play. As if you're Coach Cash, that's not what you want to see from your team early on. As Sharvit pushing the ball down the court. Kicks it out. Open look for Morocco, unable to connect. Good box out by ValleyTorah. As now they're pushing the ball right back up. Dan has it. Good move, blows by everyone, uses the right hand, finishes. And
that's too easy.
ValleyTorah retakes the lead 30-29 halfway through this third quarter.
Sorry to cut you off there, Zach. That's too easy. I'm livid. I'm surprised they haven't called timeout yet. That's just not the style of play from the Fuchs Mizrachi Mayhem. They like to keep the game going, and interestingly enough, because their style of play is slowing the game down.
As Coach Katz now does call a timeout. Sarachek has arrived. Max Live is your home for the tournament. Watch games, news, stats, and more at maxlive.com. MACSLIVE.com. Maxlive.com. Your home for the Red Sarachek tournament. Third quarter, it's been a lot more open than the first two. ValleyTorah regained the lead 30-29. How have they controlled the game so far?
They've pushed the pace. Simply put, they've pushed the pace. Defensively, they've been more aggressive. Okay, they've been more on their toes, which is they've been more on their heels, I think, and less on their toes. They've forced Fuchs into this game. We're now into a track meet, and I think basketball that could change so quickly because people are scoring all the time, and we've seen it through the first 4 minutes and 18 seconds of this stanza where the Wolfpack have played ValleyTorah basketball. This is a team. This is how you know they're a team from the Valley because LA teams love to play fast. And now this 12-2 or going back to the first half, 14-4 run has given them a 1-point lead.
At Max Live, we would like to give a huge thank you to Lior Hode for his generous donation to Max Live in memory of Moshe Kranzler of Shalom. Moshe was heavily involved in the Sarachek tournament when he worked in admissions. If you would like to donate to Max Live and support the work that we do, visit maxlive.com/donate. As Fuchs Mizrachi gets the ball out of the timeout. A three from Jacobs, not good. Great box out by Emmett Victor. Now he's pushing the pace. Goes 1-on-2, gets through, gets fouled on the backside. 2 shots coming for Emmett Victor, coast to coast.
Yeah, Valley has boxed out, which is well here in this second half. That is one thing that we haven't talked about yet. The way they've been able to box out Fuchs, they've just said, hey, Fuchs, you want to play this game? We could play it too, and we'll play it better than you.
As the foul was called on Moshe Jacobs, his second, as Victor misses the first foul shot.
And if I'm Fuchs, I got to wonder, what is going on, right? You got to ask yourself, boxing out is about effort. We hear it from coaches all the time. And if I'm Fuchs, I got to show that I want this more. Again, this is for a trophy. Okay, I know it's Tier 3. There's not a packed gym right now like there will be in a couple hours for the Tier 1 final between TABC and Mag and David. But you're still walking out of here with a trophy if you win this game. And play like it, especially if you're a senior.
As Sharvit with the take, unable to finish, as Valley's pushing the ball. Exactly what their game plan says. Dan tries to finish, no good. Rebound Victor, great offensive board, but throws it to nowhere. Miscommunication by ValleyTorah as Fuchs gets the ball back. I spoke about in the previous broadcast between Berman and Eula. Free throws are a very important part of basketball. You can see it in the DRS game last night. Even in the game before, Eula doesn't miss free throws. How is that going to have a factor down the line between these two teams?
Well, considering this game is currently one possession difference, I think it's going to come down to free throws by the end of this tilt. We've seen it throughout the Sarachek tournament in close games, how they've made a difference. And teams in practice do pay very, very close attention to it. And they have free throw drills. I've seen that happen. So expect that if this game remains close, you're going to see it.
as Fuchs with a careless pass to do turnover for turnover with ValleyTorah, as Dan throws the ball into Yaron Magarefta, who gives it back to Dan.
And that's something else. People think, oh, it's free throws. Like, of course you should hit it. It's the easiest. It's one of the easiest shots in basketball. It's not, because a lot of it's because you're mentally pressured to hit those shots, and that could play with your form. So these teams, as much as they practice all their sets, they also practice free throws.
As Joey Victor hits a huge three to give ValleyTorah a 5-point lead, and Fuchs, another turnover for Fuchs. They're really falling into the ValleyTorah style of basketball. Fast pace, making rush decisions. They really got to slow the game down.
Yeah, they actually called that a 2 there, not a 3. So Valley has an opportunity to completely flip this game on its head. Coach Gatzberger not happy, as you could tell by his facial expression. Clear, his boys have been undone. They have lost their way. They have lost their identity. And
Joey Victor, back-to-back three-pointers. He's opening the game, or back-to-back buckets, we should say. Opening the game up for ValleyTorah. Spreading the floor well as a rush shot by Fuchs. Offensive board, though, by Fuchs, and they did another second opportunity, could not fall.
More boxing out by Valley. It doesn't even seem like Fuchs is sent.
Oh my God, ValleyTorah. Joey Victor again, as a timeout is called. He just took the game and said, guys, I got you. Having hit 3 straight shots, 8 points in the last minute and a half. As we'll head to a quick commercial break. And we're back. 1 minute, 17 seconds left. ValleyTorah has taken over this third quarter as they now have an 11-point lead with just over 1 minute 15 to play. Joey Victor, 8 points to calls a timeout call by Fuchs. How has he been doing on the court recently?
You know what's missing in his name right now? Victory. He's playing like a guy who wants to get a victory today. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks, Joey Victory.
As ValleyTorah now, full court press, steals the ball. They're really flustering this Fuchs defense, Fuchs offense. As Victor again from the corner, the timeout seemed to cool him off. As Fuchs with a huge offensive board, as Jacobs is pushing it down, being guarded tightly by Reese. Reese doing a good job of sticking with Jacobs, but now it's to Morocco at the wing. That's a pick from Levine. Finds Charvit for 3. In and out, unable to finish, as rebound though by Shoag, who puts it up, unable to finish. Another rebound by Shoag, misses again. All of Fuchs Mizrachi, 2 second chance opportunities. That is not a good sign for Valley.
Okay, so earlier in the game we saw the same thing where Fuchs had a plethora of chances down low and were unable to finish. Part of it is because they're rushing. So if I need to just stick to the fundamentals here, go up and just bank it off the backboard and go in. Aim for the backboard. I know it sounds elementary, but that's what you need to do if you're Fuchs, because nothing is working right now. And the only way you're able to get back into this and slice this deficit is to play simple ball.
As Joey Victor missed another 3-pointer there. Seems like he's cooled off since that timeout was called. Fuchs trying to work for a good possession. You have 20 seconds left. Shoots a shot. It goes in. Moshe Jacobs. Huge 3-pointer for Fuchs to bring it down to one single digit to end it with 10 seconds left in the third quarter.
Schwartzberg animated on the sideline. Let's see what he's trying to call here. That works.
No good. It was a good look. Able to get it off in time. At the end of 3, ValleyTorah 40, Fuchs Mizrachi 32. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Morel. I'm a lower girl division head. I have been at Camp Seneca Lake for 4 years now. I love all the fun activities and attractions we have for all the kids. We have ropes with a zip line. We have lake with boating and whippets to climb on. We have ATVing for the kids to drive with their friends and have fun. We have paintballing where they get to get their energy out on their friends and just have a good time.
Every night ends with a special night activity. The night activities range from paint dodgeball to shaving cream fight, cake wars, boy girls sing, and see run dress.
We hope to see you in Camp Seneca Lake 2025.
Hi, this is Doron Perez, Rabbi Perez from World Mizrachi, and I'm speaking to you, every single one of you at Sarachek, Yeshiva University High School's basketball tournament. Give it everything you got on the court, and always the one who gives 110% makes the biggest difference. We at Mizrachi, affiliated with Yeshiva University in something called the Orthodox Israel Coalition Mizrachi, a slate running for religious Zionist values in the World Zionist Congress. Every single one of you, 18 and above, can vote for the future of Jewish destiny. Go outside the gym, there's a table. Vote to impact our values, not only on the court, but in Israel and around the world.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Max Stern Athletic Center for the fourth quarter of the Tier 3 championship game between Fuchs and ValleyTorah. ValleyTorah, the comeback kids of the last 2 days. They were down yesterday to Maimo by 16. They trailed early here against Fuchs, and they erupted in the third quarter, much like they did late against Maimo in the fourth. Here they are with an 8-point lead, 7:46 away from potentially bringing a Tier 3 trophy back to the Valley. Yes, it's not a Tier 1 trophy like compared to what this program did 2 years ago, winning back-to-back chips, but it's still something that shows, even when we're at our worst, we're still pretty good.
As ValleyTorah, after Fuchs have an offensive foul call, ValleyTorah has the ball. They find Dan, pump fakes, drives, spins, loses the ball, gets it back. Dan, strong take, unable to finish under the hoop. And a foul is called on ValleyTorah as it'll be Fuchs' ball. Dan was a little wild going up there. Did not get it to fall, did not get the foul call. And then, if anything, ValleyTorah got the foul call, so now Fuchs has it underneath, but it does give ValleyTorah time to set up their defensive press.
Yeah, Valley is in this. Valley is known for the Schwartzberg. I mean, the personnel has changed. The tactics have not. He loves the 1-2-2, 2-1-2 stuff. This is something that we saw yesterday when they were trying to get back into the game against Maimo. The press in to begin the fourth quarter. It's a common thing. Saw it against Mesivta as well on Friday, and you can see an early timeout.
Come to Golan Heights for the best authentic Israeli food and more. Located just steps away on campus. Shawarma, schnitzel, poppers, to name a few of Golan Heights' delicious items. Speaking of poppers, give a big shout out in the control room to Akiva Poppers, legend of Max Live. He's been helping us a ton over the years. We really appreciate it, Akiva. Even though you're no longer in YU, you still come and help the games. We really appreciate it in the booth.
I kind of wonder how many times Akiva's heard the poppers joke, though, when people are eating poppers. I also wonder how many times he's had. When was the last time he had poppers? That's a great question. And also, does he get a discount?
Stay tuned. Maybe Yosef Silver could find him at the end of the game to ask.
That would be epic. They should give him a discount.
We would like to thank all of our sponsors. If you would like to become a Max Live sponsor, email us at yumaxlive@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram or Twitter. 7 minutes to go. Mizrachi down 8 as ValleyTorah is bringing the ball up the court. Tier 3 championship on the line, bringing home a trophy as Dan has it. Gives it back to Malgarefta. Beautiful cut as ValleyTorah re-extends their lead to 10. Great movement by Dviras Hayagraham.
I would imagine Fuchs prepared for this, right? To face if they were scouting well yesterday, to face a press to start the fourth. And so let's see how they're able to adjust. They did a good job here. They brought the ball up half court. Now they got to deal with this aggression from ValleyTorah up top. We saw this before. They're either spread out to the wings or they try and force it down low, which is where obviously they have the advantage with the size.
Great defense by ValleyTorah, giving Fuchs no room. However, Charvi with another offensive board as Jacobs inside does not finish for 2 shots. Fuchs, though, even though they're getting pressed on the outside, they're doing a great job on the offensive boards for second chance opportunities.
Today, that possession they did. We haven't seen that the entire second half. There we finally saw the effort and the desire to rally, to make a comeback, to bring a trophy back to their school.
As Jacob connects on the first.
And we see it again, the shoot and crash mentality, the simple basketball. It's going to win you this game.
Also, free throws, super important, as every point matters in a tightly contested matchup like this, as Jacobs capitalizes on both, and we're down to 8 points with just over 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
All right, and I will take a little detour to give a shout out to Yaakov Lazar, who has told me to send Zach here my best. So Zach is nodding his head. He's a good. It sounds like they're good friends.
Yaakov's been asking for that all weekend. Sorry, Yaakov. Here you go in the Tier 3 championship game.
I've known Lazar for a bit, so I didn't know you guys were pretty close. It's fun to see. It's a great small world. It's also a great small lane. Nice take for the bucket
by Erod Margarefta. Yeah, me and Yaakov played high school ball together. Sadly, never had the opportunity to play. It's a great steal by Dviras Graham to finish. Never had the opportunity to play in a Sarachek tournament, but good friend of mine, high school. As Fuchs now bringing the pace up. This is really ValleyTorah pace right here.
Yeah.
Charvi has it, settles it down for a second. Drives, spins, picks up his dribble. Nice shot. Gabriel Gekovic hitting a three. The game is back down to 9 with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Stop and bucket. That's the success for Fuchs right now.
And the question is, how are they going to get a stop? And you can see they're trying to overload it again. Valley going under here, going back door to. No good on the three. I don't know if I like that shot.
Yeah, it looked a little rushed by Mayor Dan as Fuchs pushing, as Dan gets fouled. He doesn't like the call. I don't think it's such a bad foul call for him. They had a 2-on-1 down low.
It's fine. You're trying to keep things in front of you right now, up by 9. You understand the moment. 450 away from a trophy. You need to just not let. You don't want to give up easy points. That was an easy point.
However, it is his 4th foul, something to monitor as he heads to the bench for a little bit. As now another foul within 6 seconds of each other. ValleyTorah now is that was their 4th foul, and next one, and now Mizrachi will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
That's an ill-advised one, though. Can't be making that, and you can see List put his hands up. He was kind of shocked he got that call. But he did put his hands on him. You have to be very careful, and List wasn't. We've seen it with these ValleyTorah players at times. We've also seen this.
Yeah, not a smart pass by Charvi. Great play by Valley to read that, and they call a quick timeout. As we'll head to a quick commercial break after this replay. Ask them how. The air, 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go. ValleyTorah up 11. Fuchs, after an ill-advised turnover to Valley to extend it on a fast break layup. Valley now in their press. Fuchs breaks it easily, though, as Jacobs gets the ball up high. Trying to center it back. Gets it to Katz. Katz, get back to Jacobs. Jacobs pump fakes. Got a defender jumping, but made nothing out of it. Being triple teamed, now he's back to single coverage. Gabe Cash trying to do something, loses control of the ball, falls on it, and they call a travel for him rolling.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario if you're Fuchs. They're not taking care of the back. Now they're the ones that we talked about Valley being the ones in the first half. They were careless. They weren't taking care of the basketball. There was miscommunication. They were rushing. Not to say that they've been perfectly, not to say it's been a complete 180 for them in the second half, but it's definitely been a 150, and it's been enough to take over this game and this Tier 3 final. And now they can smell it. They're 350 away, up 11. They can smell it.
That's a beautiful set off the sideline as Buzaglu was able to take home that layup. Fuchs pushing. When you go too fast, you rush it. Ill-advised passes like that one.
Valley showed us during their run, during their game-changing run, that you could play fast and you could still play smart. It comes down to communication, which they were doing, which they did, and well during that stretch. And Fuchs is not used to playing a game where you're giving up 50 points. So now Valley has reminded them, you're not in Fuchs, you're in the Max Stone Athletic Center. And that's what we said. We said that was going to be the key for them in that coming out of the half, and they've executed.
Reminder, after the game is over, we'll have the Yachad postgame show interviewing the player of the game as Fuchs has called for a travel. It's another turnover for Fuchs. When you're down 13, you're trying to come back. Turnovers are not the way that you'll be able to take advantage.
Yeah, after this, we have the tier. We just saw North Shore and walk into the gym. I saw Moshe Cohen, coach of DRS, a few minutes ago. They're here for the Tier 2 championship game between two Yeshiva League Eastern Conference rivals. Number 3 DRS, number 7 North Shore. I wonder how much energy does DRS have left after that double overtime marathon last night against Montreal, and how much magic does Joe Aaron have left in the DRS sweater after his one of the best shots in Sarachek history.
Yeah, I think after winning Yeshiva League, I think they want to show that they still have it. I know it's not Tier 1 after that wild buzzer beater by Frisch on Thursday night, but still, as you mentioned, championship, and they want to take home some hardware. As a back and forth game, or turnover after turnover, Fuchs has the ball, 2:47 down 13, and ValleyTorah seems like they're not pressing as intensely anymore.
No, they're now at this point. At this point, you feel very confident with the way the second half has gone. You've only allowed, I think, 12 points through the first 10 minutes. Sorry, not 10 minutes. Through the first almost 14 minutes, excuse me. And they feel confident that if they box out, they'll keep Fuchs at bay. And we saw that again, as Fuchs misfires from 3. And now the Wolfpack are in full control with the ball up 13 and 2:20 to go.
As Victor takes it over the timeline, behind the back, spin move, gets around his defender. Good recovery though by Fuchs as Jacobs in the right place at the right time, comes up with the steal. Spin moves around, tries driving, getting double teamed, gives it up. As Fuchs now, a deep 3 from Sharvit, short, Dan with the rebound.
There's your definition of a rush shot there.
And a timeout is called by ValleyTorah. We'd like to give a thank you to everyone who helped make this Max Live show possible. Executive producer Eitan Traurig, executive producer Zevi Pancer, associate director Jared Lazarus, associate producers Yosef Silver and Dovid Samson, camera operators Moshe Laub, Marco Fununu, Kobe Nourani, Dovid Samson, and stats Josh Tyson Ben Lazri. Without you guys, this broadcast would not be possible. And of course, shout out to you, Mara, for calling the game with me. It's been a pleasure so far.
It's been a pleasure. And Zach, you've been all over Sarachek this year in front of the camera. So I want you, for the first time in your life, I think you've had a sideline reporter gig. I want to know how that's felt, interviewing all these different coaches and even calling some games.
Yeah, it's definitely been an experience. Very grateful to Yosef Silver, Zevi Pancer for giving me this opportunity to have some fun Sarachek weekend. It's been a lot of work, but very grateful. Love the coaches, are amazing people, so kind. They know their basketball. The players, amazing to talk to, fun. Talking about yeshivas. So it's really been a blast for me. I've been very thankful to have that opportunity. Some amazing memories that I've made, whether it was the Berman interview after they upset Frisch. Thank God, I'm very happy I had this opportunity. And
is that your favorite interview? Do you have a favorite coach that you've interviewed, or was the Berman one with all the players at the end your favorite?
They've all been really fun. I don't know if it's best if I say which is my favorite, but thank God I've enjoyed all of it. Everyone's been amazing, from the coaches to players, accepting me as this sophomore to interview you. They've been very nice to the media. It's really been a pleasure.
And one more question for you. You could abstain. I had to make a pick for this one because I'm on the panel. What is your prediction for TABC and Mag and David?
It'll be a great game, final. Back and forth effort. TABC, a chip on their shoulder, as Ayala's told me numerous times over this weekend after losing to DRS. in overtime, no less. It's really a good game. Magan also, like, they want to prove something, especially Shabbat as captain, senior, really wants to end off on a high. It'll be back and forth battle, and two of the best announcers I know, Avery Stepner and Yosef Silver, are on that call, so everyone should stay tuned. Coming up at 2 o'clock after the Tier 2 championship.
This game will be full. I've been told by a bunch of Mag and David guys they're bringing it today. So we know what the Syrians can do when they're here as a fan base, and they're bringing it today.
As Fuchs with a nice poke to make this lead down to 11 with 1:30 to go.
I know you cannot come because tickets have already been sold out, so I just wanted to make that clear.
And Dan is called for the travel call. Fuchs now with the ball down 11 with 1:30 to go. This game's not over yet.
No, it is not. That said, you're probably gonna you'll enjoy Yosef and Avery if you can't make it out here. You'll also enjoy the Tier 2 final coming up next, and the end of this one here, Tier 3 championship between Valley and Fuchs. Fuchs trying to make trying to pull it opposite day here.
Nice take by Morocco. Fuchs doesn't have all day though. They have to start being more aggressive with their shots. As you're down 9 with a minute left, you don't always have the luxury of spending 20 seconds looking for an open look.
You don't, but you saw there that they were able to they got the look they wanted. They attacked it immediately. Now here we saw the press. Good job by Valley to break it. And now, of course, we said it before, what it's going to come down to, free throws. And Mayor Dan is exactly the guy you want at the line from Valley, the hero. He's your Tier 3. He's got to be a Tier 3 MVP. They wouldn't be here today playing in this game without him, and they wouldn't even be in front by 9 without his contributions. And Johnny, if you're hearing this, you got an incredible brother.
As Mayor pumps his fist after hitting that first free throw, he knows that was big. And now they still have one more to go. Both teams in the bonus from here on out, so every foul will be free throws. As there's 58 seconds left, ValleyTorah now up 11 after Dan is both. 4 possessions now. Mizrachi has to start moving a little more as gets it down to Morocco, who gives it to Jacobs. Jacobs goes inside, able to finish it as it's now a 9-point game with 46 seconds left. ValleyTorah gets the ball in and a foul is called.
Let's talk about Fuchs for a second here. Where do they go, assuming they don't come back in the next 42 seconds? What do you make of their season, and where do you think they go from here?
Good season for them. Sadly, obviously, not the result they were looking for, coming up short in the Tier 3 championship game. But as a coach, you got to be proud, put in the hustle effort. Team's not giving quit, even 40 seconds left, putting in the effort. And there are a lot of seniors, but there's a lot of young guns on this team, too. Look, Sharvit's only a junior. Shawag's a junior. Pizem's a junior. Levine's a junior. So a lot of their core will be coming back next year, as they will look to have a good offseason before the next season rolls around.
Yeah, it's a good learning experience for these guys. And for Valley, I got to say for Coach Schwartzberg, what a roller coaster of a 3 days. He was livid, and he was irate on Friday. He was livid up until 5 minutes remaining yesterday. And now today, he is going to look in about 22.2 seconds. He will walk out of here with a trophy.
As Fuchs still fouling down 10, 20 seconds left. Dan back at the free throw line.
Yeah, Dan the man. We said he had to be the mayor of this court, and he's the mayor of Tier 3.
He really showed up in the second half, put the team on the back between him and that amazing run by Joey Victor that helped seal
It's not Joey Victor today. It's Joey Victory.
Joey Victory, yeah, played really well.
And I'll throw it at Emmett in there, too.
As Fuchs removes their starters with a standing ovation from the Fuchs crowd behind their bench. They brought a nice crowd out today, Fuchs.
They did. I give them a lot of credit. It's not easy for an out-of-town school to bring fans, for those to want to come here. It's a lot because it's 6 days of action-packed basketball. But Fuchs brought the noise. Eula, we saw yesterday, brought the noise. But ultimately, there's something that's going back to the Valley.
As ValleyTorah will dribble this ball out.
And it's a trophy.
As we will head to a quick commercial break. When we return, we will have the Yachad postgame show, as well as an interview with the player of the game with our third member, Yosef Silver.
Camp Seneca Lake, the premier Jewish sports camp in the tri-state area. We place a major emphasis not only on competitive sports within our campus walls, but also have our boys and girls participate in tournaments across many sports in all age groups against other camps. This season, we fielded 31 Wayne County teams, 9 tournament teams that competed outside against other camps. These games are a highlight of our campers and our staff alike.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yachad Postgame Show as we're about to have the trophy presentation for the Tier 3 champions, the ValleyTorah Wolfpack. What an amazing run in Sarachek for them. Marv, you want to talk about their run as a whole now?
Yeah, they came in as a 17 seed. We actually, I can now talk about this. We got a text from them saying that after the seeding show, you just woke up a bunch of monsters. I didn't see the monsters come out of the cage against Mesivta. The monster was nowhere to be found yesterday against the Mayhem Cats. They seem to be scared of cats. But then they finally awoke from their slumber. They came out of their cage, and once they did, there was no turning back. And they are going to bring a banner home because along with some trophies. As we said before, it's Tier 3, but you're still playing for a trophy. And these guys will now take this picture that'll probably soon become the profile photo of their WhatsApp chat, I would imagine. They are your Tier 3 champions.
Yeah, they're on center court. They're just showing we won. They earned it. It was definitely not easy. 2 comeback games in the semifinals and Tier 3 championships. But they have it. They have the banner that they're holding up. Everyone with the trophies. They're getting all the coaches and players.
Schwartzberg is loving it. It's the first time I think I've seen him relaxed and smiling all weekend because he got something out of nothing. It was easy to roll over yesterday. Down 16 entering the fourth against the Mayhem Cats. It's easy to say, all right, we don't have it in us this year to do anything. But nope, they are able to come out of it. They rally. They win that game by 1, courtesy of Mayor Dan, and the block by Adam Buzaglu, who came off the bench cold yesterday, got the game-winning block, which gave everyone flashbacks to Johnny Dan's block, and of course in the championship against DRS in Tier 1 a few years ago. And now they'll be walking over to where our sideline reporter is, Yosef Silver, for a championship-worthy interview.
With the whole team, they're all going down with him. And Yosef, off to you. Whenever you're ready.
Thanks, guys. We are here with Tier 3 champions, ValleyTorah. Now, guys, you went into the locker room down 9. What was said in the locker room to wake you guys up?
I mean, we went through it literally 24 hours ago, the same thing, but double that amount of a comeback. So we knew it was nothing, just play by play. Defense helps, and yeah.
And then great shooting performance from you guys overall. We know you guys really love to shoot the threes. How are they falling for you guys today?
We just trusted in our instincts. We've been doing it all season, so we just did it tonight. It's just our instincts, that's it.
Now, what does it mean for you guys? You know, Tier 3 champions, obviously not the championship you're looking for, but ValleyTorah 3 championships in 4 years. What does it mean for you guys?
Hey, man, we the only LA school to go 3 for 4. We won this year. You had the loss, man. We did it. We did it. We did it!
Honestly, not the championship we won in the beginning, but it feels great. Feels great to win this championship. Next year, I trust the guys. They're going to bring home a championship, Tier 1.
Shout out Money Kraut.
And I'm only a sophomore, so I'm just happy I got a trophy. Next year, it'll be Tier 1, and it will be the year after that, so I'm happy we got it.
You know, it's obviously not the result we came for, but we're super happy about it. You know, we showed adversity throughout the whole tournament, and I think next year we're going to win Tier 1. They're going to win Tier 1.
Shout out Dr. Journey. Hey, shout out Eli Jaffe.
Hey, shout out Moshe Beerschmidt. Shout out Or Uzan 44. Shout out Dr. Jurdy.
Hey, shout out Mr. Kreuzberger, OKC, KFC, UFC, Lakers in 5.
Shout out Yoa Miniter. Shout out Ari Bear.
Shout out Yisrael Luke, Josh Isaac, John Boss Margareta.
Shout out 101 Henry.
Shout out Josh Masika. He also won it. He was on the team.
Shout out Omid Magarefta Chiropractor Business.
Your Tier 3 champion.
Shout out Benji Dan. Shout out Johnny Dan. Shout out Dorian Dan. Shout out Maya Assad.
As ValleyTorah is going to go over and write their name as the official Tier 3 champions. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Yosef, for that amazing interview with the team. Amazing performance. And yeah, for the seniors to come home with something, it's always special. As we heard from one of the sophomores, it's only a sophomore. His response of, I'm coming home with 2 Tier 1s over the next 2 years. Really confident. He likes the bunch, confident in his friends. Marv, any recap of this game?
Yeah. The Monsters turned into a Wolfpack. and when they did, it was a pretty sight. And we talked about it at the Open. This is Tier 3, but you're still going to bring home a trophy. That's what ValleyTorah does today. They should be proud as they board their flight back to Los Angeles and back to the Valley. The Valley, I know to everyone listening, it's not a Tier 1 championship like you've become accustomed to, but you can at least show appreciation to these boys for salvaging this Sarachek and bringing home a trophy in Tier 3.
On behalf of Marvin and myself, we really appreciate you joining into this amazing Tier 3 championship. Stay tuned on the Max Live YouTube channel for the Tier 2 championship between the Yeshiva League champion DRS Wildcats and number 7 North Shore Hebrew Academy Lions. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.